am Morgan, and I am the Education and Inclusion Project Manager here at Big Brothers Big Sisters. And my pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am joined by
Sean Riley. I use they, them, theirs pronouns, and I am the Student Engagement and Leadership Coordinator for Dickson, Tennessee.
And today we want to talk about coming out and how to support the littles or LGBTQ youth in your life who are coming out. October 11th is National Coming Out Day, and so we're just going to talk a little bit about the process of coming out and some tips on how to best support youth in your life who are coming out.
Absolutely.
So I'll define coming out just in case. I know we're all familiar with that word, but just in case you're not, coming out is the process by which youth identify and accept their sexual orientation or gender identity and then choose to willingly share that with other folks. So what are some important things you think that people should know about coming out?
Absolutely. I think one of the main things that I think about a lot is how coming out is a continual process. So even though there's often my coming out story, and that's often really secret, people are coming out all the time, right? To doctors, to teachers, to new bosses, to new classmates. And so it's a continual process. And if you have multiple identities, or if your identity is changing over time, perhaps you identify with a particular sexual orientation, and then maybe later on you realize there's a different gender identity that you might want to, or learn that you identify with. Those things are also complicating the coming out process. So it's a continual process that happens across the lifespan.
Yeah. Another important thing to know is that you should never out someone or force someone to come out. People come out when they're ready, and it's usually an issue of trust and, like I said, readiness. So it's always up to that person when they want to come out, and you should trust that people know when the right time is. So how about some do's and don'ts about coming out?
Yeah, so
how to respond when
a young person
comes up to you.
Yeah, so the first thing that I think about a lot is just asking the young person or your friend of any age what it is that they need to be supported, right? Mm-hmm. Where are they going to be out? Are there spaces where they would like for you to call them a certain name or like for them to be out in a certain way? And are there spaces that you definitely don't, right? Because sometimes we work with young people who are really out at school, really not out at home, or vice versa. Mm-hmm. And so talking to young people and talking to your friends and seeing what is it how can we help you navigate this in a way that's respectful of your identity is a really big do for me. One of the don'ts, I'd say, and this is really popular on National Coming Out Day, I have a lot of friends who are trying to be super supportive, and so they'll make a post and they'll say, congrats to all my LGBTQI friends, and they'll tag a bunch of people, not actually checking in with those people and saying, hey, is it cool if I post this? And that can actually out folks, right? Kicking them out of the closet instead of allowing them to have this really important moment. So checking in with folks, making sure that they're okay, that you're celebrating them in that way. And if they're not, figure out other ways to honor them on that day is a really important thing.
Yeah, thank you. I think another important do is that just remember that someone's sexual orientation and their gender identity is just a part of who they are. It's not their whole identity, and so they're still the same person that you knew before. So don't reduce them to just that one thing. Just keep treating them how you did before.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Another really important thing I think is just to know that it's okay if someone never comes out. It's totally, there are a lot of reasons why youth don't come out and not coming out, and those reasons are completely valid, but hopefully we can all be a part of creating a society where coming out really isn't even relevant anymore because LGBTQ identities are respected and accepted.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Happy National Coming Out Day.
Happy National Coming Out Day!